So this is going to be a training video for OFM writers, content contributors, freelance writers, whatever we said that you are. This is the video for you to teach you how to make online articles on WordPress. And if you're not an OFM writer, if you're not writing for Outfront magazine, and you just found this article on my YouTube page, hello. Totally fine to also use this for anything else. I mean, it's going to be a great tutorial just for how to make a full um, article with SEO and featured images and embedded social media posts, all on WordPress. So let's get started. This nice AI generated article. My rule of thumb for Outfront magazine is to have a word count of at least 300. You could go over that. You could go way over that, but try to at least hit that 300 word mark. It's about a 3-minute read, and that's usually pretty good for most people who are reading online news articles. So yeah, we've got this nice chat GPT generated text. It's kind of meta, talking about what I'm going to be talking about. So, pretend in your mind this is your article that you've just written. You've gotten a nice title for it. You've gotten all your facts down. You've got a nice little quote happening. And now you're looking to put the finishing touches on it and get it ready for somebody to publish. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, before I get ahead of myself, other standard practices for Outfront. In journalism, you're changing or you're making a new paragraph for every topic. Every time the topic changes, it's a new paragraph. So you're going to end up with tiny little paragraphs like this. Sometimes they're going to be one sentence. Sometimes they're going to be two sentences. That's how it's going to look most of the time. That's, yeah. Another thing with journalism, or AP style, as it were, is quotes get their own paragraph. So that means the beginning part of the quote gets its own paragraph. And then if you chop it in the middle and attribute, and then you do a second little part of the quote, that second part of the quote also gets another paragraph. Okay. From there, let's start playing with, I'm just going to go in the order that this is talking about it in. The order that you go in does not matter at all. So let's start with featured images. For our purposes, we're going to be using copyright-free images. For this, I use Unsplash, unsplash.com. It's a great resource for, just pictures of whatever. So you could use this. You could use something different. For Outfront, we can also use pictures that are posted to social media, as long as we attribute those at the bottom of the article. So let's just do a picture of a computer. I don't know why that feels right to me for what this is. I'm going to download that. We're going to click back over to WordPress, and we're going to click right up here that says Add Media. And then down the very last thing at the bottom is Featured Image. And you're going to upload to that. So just select your file. Pick that. I'm so sorry for everybody on YouTube having to see all our wacky images on here, but get over it, I guess. That takes a minute, at least on our end. Don't get worried if it's taking a minute. But once it's done, you'll see it came up fully, and now you have the option to set featured image. You're going to click that, and to make sure it happened, you should have a thing that says featured image down here where you see your featured image. Beautiful. Additionally, if you want to add extra photos throughout, let's say you went to an event and you took a bunch of photos and you want to add them, we could do that. Let's just make a little space for it right here. We're going to hit add media again, not hit featured image. And we'll just take the same old picture and dump it into the post. Bam. Maybe resize it a little bit. Whatever you want to do. I like doing this. No alignment and just having it like that. But, there's options on how you want to align it. If you're using a lot of images, maybe it'll be nice to text wrap like that. Whatever's clever, whatever you're feeling. Another cool thing that I like people to know how to do is how to embed social media posts. So let's say you're writing an article and, you want to embed a tweet. You want to embed a YouTube video. You could do that. So let's go over here. Let's go to YouTube. Did you know Outfront Magazine has a YouTube page? Well, we do, and you should be subscribed. So let's take a YouTube video. Let's take the Met Gala thing, and what you're gonna do when you're on the page, and you could do this with Instagram posts. You can do this with Twitter posts. I don't know if it works with Facebook. It probably works the same way with Facebook. Probably works the same way with Reddit and all other social media. You're going to hit share, and one of the options that's just going to come up is embed. And it's going to give you this line of code, which is scary. Ooh. Which looks scary, but does not have to be. You're just going to copy the line of code. With YouTube, it's cool, too. It's got this option where you can hit this, and it will start at a specific point in the video, too. I've never used it, but, I could see why somebody would want to. If you're posting, a really long video, and you just want people to, automatically be put at a certain point where they could see a certain point in the video, that's a really cool little option. So we're just going to copy that. And in our WordPress article, you're going to go up here. You see where it says visual. That means you're in the visual editor. There's also a text editor where it looks like this. See, look, this is our picture up here. And what we could do is embed that. And it's just copying and pasting. And then you want to just make sure it's all on its own, and it's just got its own little row of code without anything else touching it. And when you click back over to visual, bam, there she is. Beautiful. We love that. Cool. Okay, check this out. Another vital skill covered in this video is the use of inbound and outbound links. So what does that mean? Inbound links mean you're linking to other Outfront magazine articles. Super easy. You're going to highlight what text you want to be the link, because we're never just going to throw an HTML in an article. We all know that. So you're going to highlight the text that you want to count as the link. Go up here to insert/edit link. There's also shortcuts. I don't really use any shortcuts, but all these also have shortcuts. So you're going to go insert this link and hit settings. You always want to hit settings. So this is an inbound link. So let's just pick random. That'll automatically bring up the URL. Or let's say you want something specific. You're looking for something that's going to relate to your article. So you want to search. This has the ability to search our entire archives, or as long as we've been online. Wild. So Let's just pick something. We got Leslie Harold up there, so we could put her in there again. The thing about this, though, I think I spelled. The thing about this, though, is if I hit enter like I would want to when searching, it gets rid of it. So you don't want to do that. You want to just type it in, let it think, and it'll pull up stuff, okay? Where's Leslie Harold? There you go. Beautiful. Leslie Harold. And the other thing about all links, not just inbound links and outbound links, you always want to hit this button. This is going to make sure that when someone clicks the link, it opens in a new tab up here. I'm sure everybody knows what that means, but just in case you don't, say bam, new tab. That's just so, we're not always redirecting people to other things without keeping them on our page. Last thing you want to do with links, all links, is edit the text color. We use this really cute hot pink. I've also seen people use this pink. I don't think it matters, but you do want to make it pink for Outfront magazine. That's just what we do because we're, a little gay. Outbound links, same deal, but now you're picking whatever. So, I got some random stuff in here. I'm just going to hit this random Twitter person, let them get a nice little shout out in this video. I don't know who that is, so maybe not. But there you go. There's another link. You got an inbound link and an outbound link. Perfect. What else? The last thing you want to do, or maybe the first thing, is your SEO. So this is part of SEO. If you don't do this, and if you don't add a featured image, your SEO is going to be off. Your SEO is all about getting this little gray circle right now to turn green. This little guy, this little guy, we don't care about this guy. This little guy, this SEO guy, has to be green and smiling. So we got to pick a key phrase. Your key phrase needs to be something that is in your title and that is written throughout the article. It doesn't have to be something, it doesn't have to explain what the article is about. It doesn't, it could be really vague, and a lot of the times it's going to be. So I think from looking at this, training is going to be a good idea. I'm seeing that word a couple of times. It's in my title. So we're going to type training into here. Look, he's happy already, but we're not done. Oh, he's not happy. Okay, perfect. Other things for SEO. You also need a meta description. So that's just, basically that's this. When you Google search, something, any kind of key phrase like training, that's going to bring up this article. This is what it's going to look like. And your meta description is this. It's this little snippet that, is going to explain to people what the article is a little bit. But usually, you can just use your first sentence. Yeah, perfect. Has the word in it. Easy as pie. Done. Okay? And it said before that, Google, if you don't provide one, Google will do it for you. But if you don't provide one, the SEO is not going to be happy, and neither are your editors. Okay, let's talk about categories. I'm almost always over here on most used because when I look over here, there's just a lot going on and it overwhelms me. But you can, use your own discretion which one you look at. Pick ones that make sense for your article. I think news is almost always instantly clicked. The only ones that you are not ever going to be using are Digital Edition and In the Mag. Where is she? In the Mag, okay? We're not using these two because these are, at least for Outfront Magazine, specific to print edition articles that are uploaded to WordPress later. So just don't do that. Unless you are uploading your print article to WordPress, but we don't usually have our writers do that. Somebody else does that. So don't worry about it. You could pick from all these other ones except for those two. Last thing, I think, this is going very quickly. The last thing you want to do is tags. My rule of thumb is 6 tags or less. So we're just gonna type some random stuff in here. Training employees WordPress. This doesn't matter. I'm not, we're not publishing this. But just so you get a sense of like what kind of stuff you would, write in here. Beautiful. And I think that about covers it. Pretty simple. Yeah, you could use this for any WordPress website, but this video is specific to our OFM writers. Yeah, just have fun with it. If you ever want to see what your article looks like pre-being published, sometimes I feel like it's easier to edit yourself sometimes if you could see it that way. So you can just hit this, and it'll bring it up. And then this is exactly what it's going to look like when it goes live. You can get really excited about it. You can see our beautiful pictures. This is what a featured image is always going to look like. It's always going to be up here under the title and above all the text. Your name and your little bio is going to be down here. You can see like social media stats for the article, our embedded posts. This is what our links look like. It's looking beautiful. And, that's it. It's easy, simple, breezy. We love it. And the last thing you're going to do is hit save, never publish. That's not your job. Somebody else is going to edit it and publish it. You just want to save the draft and then click out of the window, which I'm not going to do right now. But you're going to click out of the window because otherwise it's going to show on our posts. When you go to your post page, it'll be like, so-and-so is editing this right now. And if I want to also go in and edit, it's going to force me to kick you out of editing it. So if you're ever just idle on your computer, try not to be idle on a post, because people are going to think you're editing it. And if you're done with it, I'm not going to know that you're done with it. So I think that's about it. If you've got any questions, let me know. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.